Resource Association represents manufacturers, reprocessors, recyclers, collectors, major brands in the supply chain, all of whom are focused on the quality of recyclate, producing high quality recycled products from high quality recyclate. Therefore, for us, contamination is a huge issue. It's a big issue for British industry. It costs our manufacturers at least £50 million a year to clean up poor quality material, and with that in mind, your role in helping us to improve the quality of UK recyclate is really important.
The biggest area of costly contamination is non-polymer contamination. On average, 20% of the material that we receive is non-polymer. In other words, it's material other than plastic. Of that 20%, half is paper. So 10% of the material that we receive is paper. By the time we've received it, it's been in a bale of moist bottles, it's absorbed the moisture, and we can't do anything with it. It's no longer recyclable. There's also polymer contamination. So another 10–12% of what we receive is polymers we can't do anything with, plastics that can't be recycled, and in the main, that is black plastic trays. And ultimately we get it, we take it out and we send it waste to energy. It should not be coming into the supply chain at the moment. At the moment we're still losing 300,000 tonnes a year of plastic bottle to landfill, and that's down to consistent consumer education. So my belief is always that the vast majority of consumers want to do the right thing. It's just a question of communication, consistent communication and education. So we need a consistent and clear message out there. And in terms of plastic bottle recycling, for me it's very clear. If it's a plastic bottle, put it in the recycling bin. The consumer doesn't need to know anything else, just put it in the bin.
Contamination is a function of quite a few issues. It's about communication, so it's about local authorities, waste management companies getting the communication right with their householders and their systems. It's about system. It's about choosing the appropriate system, so a system that's capable of delivering high quality materials. You can do all the right things, but if you've just got one weak link in the chain, the quality can disappear. So it's about quite a few things to get a good high quality level of recycling. And the plant manager here has coined the term contamination is the enemy of recycling. So the main contaminants we receive, as we've seen going around the plant here, the predominant one is plastics. So when you get plastics mixed together, as you've seen today, it causes problems in our process. For every 1% of contamination we get a 2% commercial impact. That starts out pretty low. Actually, when you start getting further into the numbers, so when the numbers start getting to 2 or 3% contamination, the cost of the business accelerates away really, really rapidly. I'm a firm believer in communication and information being a driver for participation and action. I think communication, transparency and the destination of those materials, I think the consumers understand that a little bit more, they buy into it a little bit more. It's about trying to get the systems that we've got better, making sure you do a due diligence and a really good thorough process on that to say, okay, is my material genuinely going to be suitable for a high quality process? And we like to think that actually with just some simple improvements in processes, all our local authorities in the UK can meet that.
Quality for us is extremely important. It drives everything that we're doing in the mill. It affects our pricing, it affects health and safety, it affects the day-to-day operations, and so it's extremely important and why it's one of our primary focuses. Contamination is a significant problem for us that we need to manage on a day-to-day basis. So the main contaminant in fibre that causes the biggest problem is definitely glass. The glass particles abrade our equipment and cause wear on the machinery and is a significant issue to us in terms of costs of replacement. Other items, things like tins, cans, plastic bottles, they come in over our weighbridge and in effect we pay for them as fibre and then we have to pay again for their disposal. I think from our perspective it starts with communication, effective communication from a local authority perspective out towards their residents so that the general public understand how to present their recyclables in a way that suits UK reprocessors. I think as well when local authorities have an opportunity to review perhaps their collection methodology or the way that they approach things, it's about ensuring that they apply the new TEEP standards to that decision-making process.
In the film you've seen some great illustrations of what happens when material reaches the factory gate. We want to help improve the quality of recyclate. It's very much in our interests to work with you to improve the quality of what you do. To help, we have launched a project called Requip. On there you will find detailed quality specifications for all the major manufacturers, major reprocessors of the main materials here in the UK. Alongside that, we've published what we call a value and contamination chart, which explains in some detail what happens to the value of a product if you mix certain materials together. So talk to us, email, call, have a look at the website, check out the Requip quality specifications, because it gives you a very clear message about how we, the UK recycling industry, define high quality recycling. It's in all our interests. We want to help. Do speak to us.